Okay, here's our cleaning procedure for the glass. We do this after every print before we do a new print. Of course, this is the first time we've used this, so we're going to put the water on warm, and then we're going to take the glass like this and get some water on it, both sides. Try to use the same side all the time, but sometimes they get mixed up. Then we're going to use our Dawn dishwashing liquid. That's the most benign. Put about 3 drops on there. Just warming up now. I always like to use rubber gloves because I don't like to get my hands all crinkly. So just spread the soap around with the glove. That's all it needs to do. And then just rinse it off. Now it takes a number of rinses. Plus you got to rinse your hands off because your gloves are going to get soap on them. So just hold the edges. Keep flipping it. It takes 2 or 3 times to get all the soap off. Should be the top again, hopefully. Turn the water off, then you want to hold it at an angle and shake it and try to get as much water off as you can. And it comes over here to this towel with a paper towel on it. Now I've got these towels. This is Viva paper towels. They're sort of like cloth. You want to wipe off all the water drops on both sides. So I usually do this with one towel and then switch to a new one. So we're getting it dry, so you want to get all the water off of here, obviously. Water and PLA printing doesn't mix, so. That's another thing to mention. We're only printing PLA on glass. PTG I've read is too sticky, so it's not a good idea to try to print it on glass. All right, so now we got it done. We got it clean. We want to only hold it on the edges. So we'll take this out back to the garage, and then we'll put the hairspray. We move the glass from one place to another. We put on this tray. So it's a metal cookie tray, and I put an old T-shirt on there, tie-dye. So now we can safely carry this without touching it. We can open doors and so forth. So. All right, so we're back in the garage. Now we're going to put the hairspray on. So now we lift it up by the edges and put it in our easel. So this again is a way we can safely carry the glass without touching it. So we're going to go outside. Like I said, if it's raining and cold or it's like early in the morning, I'll do it inside, but I'd like to do it outside if the weather's okay. So we come over here. We're just going to put a light layer all the way across. Now normally we're printing most of the sheet here, but we're just going to print in the middle pretty much. So I'm just going to put a coat in the middle. And for our test print, we're just going to print in the middle. I'm just going to put a spray in the middle and a spray in the front. So I'll save one spray because the white move is happening down here. So we're just going to go like that. So then I would do the top if we were going to print up there, but we're not going to print up there. So. Okay, I'll take this back inside. So again, this is the safe way to carry it without touching. I guess I should have taken my gloves off probably. Let's do that. Don't need these gloves on anymore. Okay, then our printer is ready. Not as clean as I'd like it to be, but this is just a test print, so we're going to assume it's okay. Could be on the bottom, so. All right, so should be a little more careful on rinsing normally. Let's go and put our binder clips on. And we're going to heat up our print bed. And the question is, what temperature should we set it at? And I believe for on the NX, I was using 50 degrees to try to get 40 degrees. So since this seems to have a bigger temperature differential, we're going to try 60 degrees. Yeah, we're going to try 60 degrees on the bed temperature, and then we'll use our heat gun to see what the actual temperature. We want the temperature on the board here to be about 45, so 40 to 45. So we'll try. I'll heat it up, and then we'll see how we're doing. All right, so we're putting our PLA at 225 like normal, but the bed temperature instead of being 50, which is what we've found worked the best with the removable steel build plate, we're going to go 60. So, and then we'll check the temperature of the glass once it heats up. For our test print, we're going to be using this PLA, white PLA that came with this actually came with the NX, but another reel of this, a 1 kilogram reel, came with the guider, so it's the same filament. So we can load, while we're waiting for the bed to heat up, we can load that up in the printer. Okay. All right, so that's good. And then we'll wait till the bed heats up, and then we need to do a leveling because the glass is going to be a different thickness than what we had before. So we need to re-level. All right, the bed temperature's up to 60 degrees. Let's see what the surface of the cup of this. Oh, it's up to 50. Okay, that's actually too high, so we want to go to 55, it looks like. We want to go to 55. Yep, okay. All right, we're at 55, and the heat gun says 47, so we're going to try that. If it's too sticky, we can always lower it a little bit more. Maybe we want to use 52. Anyway, we're going to be printing our XYZ cube. So you've seen that before. I'm not going to show that again, but I'll just show I'll just show what happens when it's all done. I forgot, before we do the print, we need to re-level this because this print bed is going to be a different height than the removable one. So I'm going to go with leveling. I'm going to press level, and then we'll adjust it and make sure that the leveling procedure doesn't interfere with these binder clips. That's another issue you have to be worried about. So we'll see. That was a big deal on the NX. So we'll see how it works out. I may have to move these farther outside. I'm sure it's hard to see, but the print head is clearing the binder clip in back here in its home position. So I should have checked that earlier, but that looks fine. It's nothing's touching back there, so it should clear it as it moves forward. Now normally, once we've leveled it once, we don't screw the nuts all the way down each time. We just leave it alone because it's close. But now we aren't sure what we need, so we are going to go ahead and screw these down so that we get so when the print head moves across the print bed, it doesn't hit the glass or the brackets to start with. So we'll go ahead and do that. Tighten all these up by turning them counterclockwise, at least from the top it is. All right, so we've done that, so now we'll say okay, and then it's moving across the bed, and then we're going to see if it gets close to this binder clip or not on this side. I don't think it will. Yeah, so there's plenty of room here. It's not anywhere close to the binder clip, so that's cool. Yeah, so the binder clip position in front here is fine. In fact, I could probably, I'll see where the white move is. I might be able to move it farther inboard. We'll see. All right, so this is just too big, so we'll go ahead and adjust these. And the leveling position in the middle and the back shouldn't be a problem because it's not close to any of these brackets or anything. So I'll go ahead and level this for the printing on glass, and then we'll go ahead and do our test print. All right, looks like it turned out great. So we'll keep preheat on so we can load the filament. All right, so now what our plan is, we're going to be taking this out of here. So we remove the front binder clip, lift the glass off. It's a little bit sticky, but it comes off okay. Now this is 55 degrees. Actually, it's 45 degrees. The glass is 45, and that's not a problem picking up with my hands. So we put it on our tray with the cloth on it, and then we're going to take this in the freezer and leave it for 10 minutes and see if this just pops off. I could try to take it off now, but I'd rather not because I'm going to be doing it the other way. So also I did an outline because I want the edges to be super crisp when I'm printing on glass, because the bottom is supposed to look pristine, so it's a good idea to use an outline. And I always use 2 outlines when I'm printing on glass because it's easier to get off. 1 outline is enough to get the edge of this clean when it's printing, but it's harder to get off one outline. When you have two, they stick together better, and it's easier to get off. So let's go ahead and put this in the freezer, and then we'll come back in 10 minutes. All right, so we're just going to put this in the freezer. Lay it on top here. There's enough room for it. Okay. So if you had something tall, obviously it wouldn't fit. I'd have to take a bunch of stuff out of the freezer, but that's short enough it'll fit in that drawer. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. Let's open up the freezer. See what happened. Oh, it's already just sliding around. So sometimes I have to let it cool, warm up to room temperature for 10 minutes before the stuff comes off, but this just came right off. So. And this outline came off too. And the white move also just comes off. So, all right, let's look at the bottom. Bottom looks great. It's nice and shiny, which is what we expect. So it looks like that last second adjustment I made to the leveling, because it seemed too tight to me, was a good one. So running into that a lot, I think I'm going to recalibrate the extruder to be a little looser, because it seems like I'm always having to adjust it. So anyway, putting on glass works. Now it's just a matter of cleaning this like I showed you before, and I'll be ready for the next print. All right, on to making things. So but once I finish making something, I'll show you what I made on glass with the guide 2. All right, so here's what we just printed with 0.2 millimeter nozzle. You can see the detail is really fantastic. So it's been in the freezer for about 10 minutes. Then we let it sit out here for 10 minutes. And you can see the other side. So this is the key reason one reason I had to use glass is to get the detail on the bottom, because on the rough print surface of the flash forge it just doesn't work. So again, I talked about before, the reason we're using the guider has a what's going on there? The guider has a glass print bed, but we want to have something we can remove and put in the freezer. Plus, we don't want to make a big mess in the cabinet of the printer, spraying hairspray in there. So it's a big mess. So this is a much better way to do it. Have two removable glass plates, then you can have the next job starting while you're processing the last one. And if for some reason it doesn't come off after 10 minutes, then I think I mentioned this before, 91% isopropyl alcohol. I got this little squirt bottle. So if it doesn't come off, you can just squirt a little alcohol around the edges of this, and that'll dissolve the hairspray, and it'll almost always come off. So haven't had any problems with that lately. Also, all these this stuff will come off already, these white moves. So, all right, so there's our product, and it's going out to a customer tomorrow. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Post a comment if you have any questions or ideas, and I'll try to respond. That's all for now, but more videos are coming, and if you want to see them, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification icon if you don't want to miss one. This is Beta Cygni signing out, and keep looking up.